Hi, my name is Scott Marker, and this is another episode of Treasure Valley NIA Quick Tips. How this came to be is I'm a franchise owner of a network and action franchise. I've been doing that for over 7 years. And through that, it's a once a month professional networking groups I lead up. And through that, I meet a lot of great local business owners and professionals here in the Valley that are experts in their field. And I bring them on to share it with the listeners. And today is a perfect example. Michael and Madison, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Michael with Four Seasons Spa and Pool. We do everything spa and pool from in-ground builds, above-ground hot tubs, sales, service, supply. We have a retail store here on 10 Mile and McMillan. Free water testing. Come by and visit. You're covered top to bottom when it comes to spas and pools here.
Yeah, yep,
Awesome.
yep. And I'm Madison. I'm head of sales and marketing for the company.
Awesome. Yeah, and I didn't I might have mentioned to Madison, but I grew up with a pool. So
Mhm.
when we at 5 years old, the house we got, we were always swimmers. So we were the only one in our neighborhood. I mean, I don't know, back pools just weren't as popular then, and spas either. And anyway, so we had it was a cement one, and I heard or concrete or cement or whatever it was, and I heard because we had knew other people that had pools and they had trouble, but we didn't ever have trouble. But anyways, that was like years and years ago. So so real quick here, Michael, tell us like what got you into the business of pools and spas?
Well, I grew up in the deserts of Arizona, and
Oh,
we had one house in the neighborhood that was like the local pool, Kevin's house. Everybody went to his house. And then at one point, we moved out in further into the desert on a dirt road, and we had a pool at that place, and I had to clean it every single day. And I hated pools, and I swore I would never own or have anything to do with swimming pools the rest of my
yeah.
life. So I went to college, and I got a degree in as a programmer analyst specializing in project management and accounting because that makes
Wow.
perfect sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a great transition.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I put myself through school. So I cut wood. I own my own landscape company. I was doing
Huh?
full landscape installs starting at the age of 17 years old. So I worked hard, and I ended up meeting some people, and I was on this labor pool through Estes Homes in Arizona. And there was a company that they were doing Ventana Canyon, a major resort. And there was a company there that put us to work, and they did all the pools, the spas, the simulated rock work. And I started on a shovel feeding a plaster machine, which, if you know anything about that, you just have to know how to count how many shovel loads and how to break cement bags. And so I started there, and within probably 2 to 3 years, I was a superintendent project manager running projects for them. So
Wow.
that was in 83. And I traveled with them for about 10 years. We did zoos, aquariums, waterfalls, swimming pools, all sorts of insane and amazing things. And then I ended up in Vegas, and I met a partner there. He had a family business, Kevin Kraft, amazing man. He's still there. We're still friends. And we formed a partnership and a company, and we did commercial pools,
Oh,
water features, and we did it locally. And then our job started winning awards nationally, and we would just get phone calls out of the blue, and I would run out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and did a resort. I'd fly out to Atlanta. We had
oh,
projects in Houston.
Cool.
We just were working everywhere. And then at 2000, in the early 2000s, he bought a place out here, and he was going to just move out here and retire. He was like happy. He's like, it's over. I'm going to move out there. And then the collapse of 2008 happened, and I had bought
oh
a
yeah.
place out here too. And he says, well, I'm going to go back and keep the business running because everything was, they turned the lights out in Vegas for a while there.
Wow.
And I had just, my first son was born, and I had twins on the way. And I was like, you know what? I'm
Wow.
not going to raise the kids in Vegas. And if I'm going to go broke and be unemployed, I'll do it in Idaho.
That's a great
So I
story,
just,
man.
just made the jump, found a company that was for sale, actually. It was a retail store, which is still open in Haley. And over a little bit of time, had to put the business plan together for another store. Went to the bank. They said, okay, let's do it. And right after I opened this store, there was the Black Friday and the crash and the business sequestering, and then the economy kind of took another slam.
Mm.
And so I've been hanging on. I've never let go of anybody just for economic reasons. I've kept people working when the business has been losing money or whatever reason. I think, the people who work for me who are of any value, I want to take care of. So I've kept that going, and I think that's paid off in the long run. So then I met a person who was involved in San Juan fiberglass pools. Because here to build a shotcrete pool and with the other problems that come with that, besides just building them,
Yeah.
in Idaho, you need $50 in a heartbeat to get a contractor's
Oh yeah. Oh
registration.
yeah.
I mean, you're not even really licensed here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So and I was the new guy in town. No one wanted to have anything to do with me. So I waited it out. And then when the fiberglass pool opportunity came along, which I really wasn't excited to do in the first place, after I did them, I'm like, wow, I wish I had been doing these my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's really taken off. And fortunately, the economy and construction and the influx of new people in the valley and the demands for pools has come up to the point where we're able to do a decent amount of pools every year. So that's really helped out. That's kind
That,
of where we're at.
and then why you mentioned the was it San Juan fiberglass?
San Juan fiberglass pools, they're our manufacturer. They've been in the industry for over 60 years.
Oh, okay.
They're the number one structural. They have an excellent warranty.
Okay.
Everything about them is great compared to any manufacturer of a fiberglass pool.
Okay. Yeah. That you just answered it because I was going to say, well, why are those over other ones? Well, there you go. Been around
Yeah,
forever and have
that's
great warranties. Yeah, and that's good for because as a consumer, that's what you want. You invest all that money into a pool. You don't want to have, 9 years go down, down there, and all of a sudden things go wrong.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and also, why when it comes to like I said, I think I don't know what ours. I think ours was concrete, our pool and stuff. But that was like a lot of years ago. I don't want to say how many years ago it was. But so why are the I can kind of I don't even know anything about pools, and I can kind of tell. But what why would you want to do a fiberglass over concrete?
Well, there's really three types of pools. Your shotcrete gunite, which is a concrete pool, and
Okay.
inside of that is plaster. So now
Okay.
you immediately, once you plaster a pool, you you've created potential problems down the road. I mean, if it's not done right the first time, you're going to have to replaster. If it's
Okay.
You can have exposure problems, so it's rough. Um, Concrete and plaster pools aren't actually 100% waterproof. That's just the way they're built, and it's not a design flaw. It's just the way they are. So
Right.
what can also happen is algae and problems can get their way into the actual structure, and then you never get rid of them. They
Oh,
keep coming back. They keep coming back. You treat, you brush, you think they're done, you think they're gone.
that's
Your
it.
chems get out of balance just a tiny bit, and boom, you have that whole algae situation
Yeah.
comes right back.
Yeah.
Then after a certain amount of time, maybe you have to replaster, so you're chipping out and repairing. If you go with any kind of colored plaster or pebble, like a lot of people love that pebble finish, but in this climate, it's not a good product, and there's more of them getting chipped out and redone than are being done currently. I know a lot of the plaster guys out there won't even do that finish anymore.
Mhm.
So with a fiberglass pool, you have a true finish, a true color, a true size,
Mhm.
true dimensions. And that's exactly what you get, and they stay that way.
Okay.
There's no variance, there's no guessing, there's no paperwork that you have to sign that says, well, you picked a colored plaster, it may be modeled and it may not be the color that you chose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have those signatures when you sign up. We have a colored chip that matches your pool.
Mhm.
Oh,
And when it
wow.
comes in, it's finished and it looks great.
Oh yeah, they're pretty.
So you said there's three types. So there's the plaster
So
type.
you've got your shotcrete. I was just kind of comparing that to one of the fiberglass issues. The other is vinyl,
Oh, okay.
and there's not a lot I can say about a vinyl pool.
I gotta
You
say
know,
that just sounds like everything could go wrong with that.
there's good people who build them.
Yeah.
I certainly don't want to diminish or
right,
Otherwise, insult the guy who does
right,
vinyl pools.
Mhm.
right,
But the product itself is just a complete different thing, and
right,
it's something I would never want to do full time.
right. Hey, and it's funny that you mentioned about um, the pools being a pain because here's the deal. When I was a kid, my parents said one of you is going to take care of the pool and one of you is going to take care of the lawn. And I said I mowed lawns as a kid, and all the way through college. I mowed like 12 lawns a week. And I'm a kid. My brother for years said that was the dumbest mistake he ever made because he was all excited because he had to vacuum the pool, all the chemicals, and it was just a ton of work. So nowadays, I mean, so when it comes to maintenance nowadays, and like going from that to, because it was a lot of work. The vacuuming was this huge vacuum he had to do, and the chemicals were always. So now, fast forward to today on like a fiberglass pool, how much less maintenance is there on those?
Well, one great thing about what you want to do is when you install a pool here is you put an automatic cover on it.
Oh, okay.
And a fiberglass pool with an automatic cover reduces heat loss, chemical use, and they
Oh,
stay super clean.
Mhm.
If you don't, I mean, worst case, if you didn't have an automatic cover on it, you're still, no matter what, you need to test your water at least once a week
okay.
because you have to keep that balance right, the pH, the sanitizers, whatever you're doing. And if you keep those levels right, you're not always putting in large amounts. You're just
Right.
adjusting to get it back to the mean. You kind of want that flow like this. You don't want peaks and valleys in your water chemistry because that's when you see people just pouring in tons and
Yeah.
coming into the store and buying excessive amounts of chemistry because they don't keep track of it.
Mhm.
And that's
Right.
one of the things that we do also is we offer a full service. So we can come out and we're flat rate where we supply all the chemicals and the cleaning and everything, and there's no surprises.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the service companies will give you a lower flat rate, a lower weekly rate, but then they just hit you hard with the chemistry prices because
Right.
that's their business model. They want to sell the chemicals.
Mhm.
So, we're very, very competitive at that price point as well. So that's another great advantage for working with Four Seasons Spa and Pool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. See, I didn't know that part. So if someone was to buy a fiberglass pool from you, you guys have maintenance plans for them then?
Well, your first month, once as we're filling it and building it, we maintain and keep it clean.
Okay.
And then once we pass final inspection, because everything I do is fully permitted and
Okay.
we get everything's inspected. And then
Mhm.
after final inspection and we turn the job over,
Mhm.
then we give you a free month of weekly service.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
if you like that service, you can continue with it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. Okay, I see. I
that's
didn't know that. So that's awesome because I mean, some people just
Mhm.
don't. I mean, maybe a couple wants a pool, but they just, they don't have the time to take care of it. That's just one more thing that makes them want to get a pool.
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
in the valley here, people are unfamiliar with how the process works. So you open and close a pool here as well. I do have customers who keep them open year round. But for those who close in fall, there's a flat rate to do that, and then you reopen the pool. So we
Oh,
supply
okay.
both those services.
Mhm.
And when you build a pool with us, your first closing is free. I supply all the proper components, the plugs,
Mhm.
and do the service correctly so that no damage is caused to the pool. And then they tend to choose to hire us to keep that those two services so it's done correctly.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So, Madison, now tell
Yeah.
us what's your journey? How did you get into Four Seasons Spa
Goodness.
and
Well,
Pool?
so it was July of, I think, 2023, and Michael needed some assistance with his social media. He needed someone kind of to assist him at the home shows. So while I was finishing my last year at Boise State University, kind of came on the team, was doing all that, and that kind of, I mean, that gave me such great experience, in the industry. Obviously, I was not familiar with the industry. I didn't really know a lot. And so, standing by him and all the experience that he has, like I learned so much just in that year, just standing at those home shows and listening to him and just learning about customer service and learning about sales. And yeah, it was really awesome. And Then when I came to graduate, it was May of 24. He offered me a full-time position as vice president of sales and marketing. So from there, yeah, I lead our sales team here and up in Sun Valley, along with all of the marketing strategy that I do here. Still running the social media. Now I'm planning home shows and doing all the
Great.
things. I wear a lot of hats and it's so fun. And I mean, I'm so thankful for the opportunity. And I just really like to keep like just the core focus of exceptional customer service to like just go along with our high quality products that we offer here, you know? So yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
that kind of so like what type of um companies do you guys partner with that make good partners for you here in the Treasure Valley?
As far as like contractors or what
Yeah, like I
machinery?
think you
Manufacturer, just
mentioned
goes like
like landscapers, for example. So how are they a good fit for you guys?
Well, I mean, anytime it's either if someone's looking for a hot tub or looking for a pool, usually, I mean, landscapers are just a great contact to have. We have a lot of great contacts in the valley that we work with. We work with one specifically for our pools that he does a wonderful, like he does all of our concrete, does a great job. But as far as like we personally work with and partner with Clearwater Spas. That is the manufacturer that we work with directly for our hot tubs. So yeah.
And so the same question as I had for Michael. Like, so why those? I'm sure there's other brands. That's to you, Madison. Why do you think?
Sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
said
no,
Mike.
that's good. No,
So,
but
I mean, we've sold Clearwater from the time that Michael, I almost since the time that he's had the store since like 2012, I think it was. So, I think that longevity of us having that product really speaks for itself as far as their like quality and consistency of spas. They're an American manufacturer. They're actually made just right next door to us in Spokane, Washington. So
yay.
that's awesome. And I mean, they just have a long-standing reputation for performance, durability, and just a really thoughtful design as a hot tub for consumers, in my opinion, and what I've seen. And I think that really aligns with like the standards that we hold here at Four Seasons. And then like another thing to add is while like the quality of a hot tub is so important, I think anyone shopping for a hot tub should consider that the service that they'll receive after the purchase is just as important. I think our team stands out a lot by providing the full support that we do. We offer free water testing in our store, and that's for everyone, not just the customers that buy a hot tub from us, but that's pools and spas. So
Oh,
we offer that free water testing. We have professional support 6 days a week. We're open. Our showroom and supply store is open 6 days a week. I mean, our technicians that we have in-house are awesome. They're so experienced. They know how to work on every type of hot tub, not just Clearwater. We do all of our warranty work in-house, which is really, really important. And I mean, we have equipment that you can drain your hot tub with. You can come pick it up for free at our store, and this is for
oh,
everyone. We kind of just, we have the tools here to help people out. That's all that we want to do and just provide the best service. And I mean, our customers know that when they purchase a spa from us or if we build a pool for them, then that they're supported not only during the beginning processes and during the sale, but throughout like the entirety of the spa and pool ownership. And I think that's really important. So,
no,
yeah.
you make an investment like that,
Oh,
that
yeah.
you want to be you want to be able to if something goes wrong down the line.
Hmm.
So I love that too that you said so um someone anybody that has a pool could come in your place and say, hey, there's a problem with my pool. Could you test it for me?
Yep, totally. You just bring in like a little cup of water. We run it into a system and it basically it'll show us the exact levels of everything
Oh,
required. And then we kind of like, oh yeah, yeah, this is looking off, your pH is looking off. you're needing some more chlorine, and we just help people out, you know. And then we obviously have the supplies here, so if they're needing something, then it's really easy. It's like a one-stop
Oh,
shop, right? Like
that's
test
awesome.
it and figure it out, right? And then if they can't, then we also offer like the maintenance, you know, if they're tired, they're like, ah, I don't want to do this, I don't want to clean my pool anymore, then we come in and we just help out. So, yeah.
You know, let's say somebody moves into a house here in the valley and they have a pool and a spa, but
Yeah.
they're not, they didn't buy them from you, but they don't know, you know, whoever the company was isn't even around here anymore in the valley. Do you guys maintain other companies that are
Yeah,
either done a poor
absolutely.
job or gone out of the valley?
Hmm.
Absolutely. Also, a lot of realtors, we have contacts with some realtors and home inspection companies
Hmm.
because when a new person comes in and buys a house and there's a
Oh,
pool and spa there, they have to verify that it's what condition it's in as
oh,
part of the sale of the home.
Hmm.
So we cover it all from that point potentially to taking care of the new owner, orientating them on how to use it. Some who are comfortable enough to take over, some we just supply and take care of the maintenance for them after when they moved in.
what a great service. I mean, because that is awesome because again, you move into a house and you're thinking, oh, the pool's great. And you're not smart and you don't get it inspected. And then, a year later, there's a huge problem with your pool. And now there's the
Hmm.
gigantic versus maybe I wouldn't have bought that house. I would
Yeah,
have bought a
Right.
house, maybe I would have bought a house with a
Yeah.
pool that didn't have a crack in it that I didn't know. And
Hmm.
so,
right.
so you guys go out and can kind of do an inspection of the pool and make sure that it's, you know, in good standing.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can visually inspect everything that
Okay.
that we can look at.
Hmm.
We can take a look at your equipment, your pumps,
Wow.
the quality of your plaster tile, whatever your finishes are, your decking, give you some knowledge going in on what may need attention or
Hmm.
what's in decent shape, that type of thing.
Hmm. And
I
then if
love it.
something is wrong, like our technicians can come out and
Then
they're
we can
fully
also
equipped
repair it. Yeah.
to repair it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm fourth generation Idahoan, and that's why I run my groups is because they're 90% local, 95% local companies here, and I
Hmm.
love that. Um, uh, so for the listeners, the thing this is me kind of saying is it like Four Seasons Spa and Pool? They're local company. How long you been here in the Valley?
This store here has been open since 2012.
And then how long about Haley?
I had purchased that business in 2011, but it
Okay.
was open in 94. So
Wow.
the Four Season name's been around a long time. And, one week you go down to a tent and buy a hot tub and something's wrong. And the next week that tent's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
It's
What you
No.
so
gonna do?
sad. It's sad to
Yeah.
see. It breaks my heart when people come in and
We
they
have a
just.
lot of people come into our store and say, "Hey, I bought this tub at that tent sale, and there's a number of things wrong, or no one's here to help. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do." I mean, they'll drop it at their curb. They don't even,
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's not the kind of service you want.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, and that's what I love, Michael, too, is and it's something about me is I like local companies first, but also I like like you said a couple things that resonates with me is that, helping your team members through good times and bad. You just kept them with you because you care about them, and that means a lot to me because I want to have a company that um, I say internal and external customers. It takes care of their customers, but also their internal customers, and
Hmm.
keeps them around. So you have experienced people that can take care of customers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But anyway, this has been great.
Yeah.
So if someone's going to reach out to you guys and contact you, what's the best way for someone to get a hold of you?
Well, our store is on the corner of 10 Mile and McMillan. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. So you can
Oh,
always get somebody in store
Hmm.
or by phone, 208
okay.
887 8664. All of our social media, thank to this one right here,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Find us
is
on social media.
Four Season Spawn Pool at Four Season Spawn
Okay.
Pool,
Hmm.
the company name, .coms and hashtags and all those things that she know more about
Oh
than me.
Cool.
yeah.
That's right. Hey, well, hey, I want to thank you guys for coming on. It's been great. I love talking to local companies here, especially good, great ones like you that help out their customers, before, during, and long after their purchase.
Yeah. Thanks for having us,
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah,
We
thank you,
appreciate
Scott.
it.
Thanks again. Have a good one.
Bye bye.